they see a tree full of birds. Mufasa says they're being watched from above, and Taka replies, "No one's going to look down on me. One day, everyone will obey me." This line tells us a great deal. Until now, it seemed Aishi's example had been the strongest influence on Taka, but here we clearly see that Obasi's voice has also left its mark. If all his life he's been told that his destiny is to be king, and the only model he's ever had of how and why to be king is his father, then it makes sense that Taka begins to internalize the idea that power isn't about protecting others or seeking their well-being, but about dominating and standing above them. Taka didn't say that one day he'd be a just, wise, or strong leader. He said no one would look down on him and that everyone would obey him. That's his vision of power. Not a service, but validation. He seems to have learned that unless he becomes king, he has no worth. And it makes sense. If he's never been allowed to develop real skills, if he's never been asked to prove himself, then he has no internal foundation to feel valuable for who he is. He hasn't built a strong self-image because he's never had the opportunity to test himself and grow. He clings to the only thing that he's been taught will give him value, the throne. And that's the saddest part of all. What this sentence truly reveals is a very fragile self-esteem. Taka seems convinced that on his own, he's not enough, that his worth doesn't lie in who he is, but in what he one day will become. And if his entire sense of value is tied to that role, if at any moment he feels that someone else might take it, he will almost certainly feel deeply threatened and eventually resentful.